What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have another deck profile for EX10. This is the EX10 format for the Digimon TCG. This is our Belphemon deck. This is our green-purple deck because Belphemon's green now, which is actually pretty cool, and there's actually a lot of cool cards in Belphemon that are green. So it's really fun, and we're going to get into it. And of course, it's more of a purple deck, but you know, like I said, we got to have our different colored decks. So this is our green deck for the format, and it took a while for us to figure this deck out exactly how we want to play it. Now, there's a bunch of missing cards, obviously, because we're getting more support in BT23, and we had the new promo, Fascomon, coming with the tournament packs. We actually had those in the mail, and then Canada Post went on strike. We would have had them for this video had they not gone on strike, which is unfortunate, but it's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. So we're going to get into it here. We're going to talk about the deck profile, and we have one more deck profile for EX10, but this is kind of our last one that we were planning on doing, and then we decided we were going to do one more. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. Let's talk about the deck and how we feel it's good to play it right now. This was a little bit harder for me to figure out, but I'm definitely glad I did because it's a really cool deck. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, we're playing 5 eggs. We're playing 4 of the old Demi-Marimon on deletion, draw 1, trash, draw 1, trash 1, and the new Demi-Marimon, trash 1, level 5 or higher to draw 2. You don't want a lot of cards in your hand, so that's why we only run 1 of that, but we want the 5th egg because we pop eggs, and we have other methods of putting eggs out there really, really easily. So that's why we do that. This is a draw trash deck, so you kind of need to be as consistent as you can. We play 4 copies, of course, of Gizomon, Proto-Gizomon, as our starting level 3, which is when you play this card by deleting one of your level 2 Digimon in the breeding area, reduce the play cost by 2. So you can play him for 1. On play, draw 1, trash 1. All turns, this Digimon can't Digivolve. And then on deletion, by returning 2 cards with Gizomon in their names from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order, you may play 1 Gizomon AT from your trash without paying the cost. Yeah. And then we also have 4 copies of Fascomon. Now this is the BT13 Fascomon. On deletion, draw 1 and then trash 1, and then end of your opponent's turn inheritable, draw 1 and then trash 1. So just good as a card to put in the back, and then just use as a sacrificial lamb because you want to draw and trash. Like I said, that's the main point of this deck. So that's it's a really good card. Although when we get the promo Fascomon that actually is a searcher for the Belphemon deck, we're probably going to be playing for that. So whether we still play this maybe at 1 or 2, that's another thing. But we're definitely not going to be playing it at 4, I don't think, after that. But we have to figure that out. Lastly, I play 1 Ukomon. I don't want to, like I said, I don't necessarily want to leave things on board. I don't necessarily want to, search a bunch of cards, especially if I have to put stuff on the bottom of the deck. So that's why we don't play Searcher Ukomon. We're just, the extra memory gain is better. And so that's why we're playing this Ukomon as our 9th rookie. So I do kind of like that, but we're not looking to play the other Uko. So that's it for our rookies. On to our champions, of course. We have our next Gizomon AT. 4 copies of that guy. And the same thing when you play him by deleting one of your level 3 Digimon, reduce the play cost by 4, so you can play him for 2. Works really good too with, the Fascomon on the board. So that's really good. And then on play, draw 2 and then trash 2 cards in your hand. And then Digimon can't Digivolve all turns. On deletion, by returning 2 of your cards with Gizomon in their names from your trash to the bottom of the deck. In any order, you may play 1 Gizomon XT from your trash without paying the cost. So basically this, you just upgrade that XT. Of course, they don't have any abilities, so that's kind of unfortunately inheritables. But they're not really meant to stay on the field. They're just meant to get your engine going. For regular level 4s, playing 2 Dobermon. On play, when Digivolving one of your Digimon gains blocker. That's not bad because if you go up into your stack through this, it helps you give you blocker, which is really good with your big bodies. And then your turn once per turn. When an effect plays one of your Digimon, draw 1. That's not bad as well. If you get to use the inheritable, but he's mostly just there to give blocker. and be another level 4 name. We have 1 copy of Deltamon, inheritable blocker. It's kind of meh, but his on-play when digivolving on deletion is pretty good, because you can, by trashing 1 card in your hand, delete one of your opponent's level 4 lower Digimon. So you can pop floodgates, and you can do that on play when digivolving or then on deletion. So that can be good too. But it does cost more to digivolve. 1 copy of Eismon Scatter Mode. 1 copy of Eismon. It's the combo, you know, it's there to put a level 4 on the board for free that you can go into Astamon for, and as well as the on deletion draw 3 and then trash 2 cards. Really, really good. So we want to play both, just as, you know, other ways to help you get through your engine to draw your cards and then trash what you need in your trash to go off. So that's it for our rookies. It's only 9, again, or sorry, champions. That's only 9 champions. So it's not a very big champion lineup. For our level 5s, for our ultimates, we're starting out with Astamon. This is kind of the one you want to go into your Belphemon sleep mode off of, on play when digivolving. By deleting one of your other purple Digimon, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with Belphemon in its name in your hand without paying the cost. So what's really good about him is you get level 4 on the board, and then you have an XT, Gizmon XT on board. You can just pop that, or you can pop something else, and then it's inheritable, and its ability goes off, which is really great. You can also hard play it and do that as well if you have to. And then opponent's turn, once per turn when this card is trashed. When a card is trashed from your hand, you may play 1 level 4 lower purple Digimon from your trash without paying the cost, which is another good ability to have as well. We play 3 copies of Gizmon XT, which by deleting one of your level 4 Digimon when that card is played, you can reduce the play cost by 6. So he plays for a cost 3 blocker. On play, play 1 Akihiro Karada from your trash without paying the cost. So it plays your tamers for free. This Digimon can't digivolve. On deletion, you may play 1 Proto Gizmon from your trash without paying the cost. So it recycles back to the original. So that can be really, really good too. So those are your level 5s. You want Astamon for your Digivolution. Proto's there to basically be a sacrificial lamb, and then potentially also get you free tamers, which is really, really good. Playing 2 copies of old Belphemon Sleep Mode. They both have the same on-play when digivolving, which is by placing Belphemon Rage Mode from your trash as this Digimon's top Digivolution card. Until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon can attack and isn't affected by your opponent's effects. So that's really, really good. Digivolves for a cost of 3 on a level 5, so it's not bad either. And then it's opponent's turn. Once per turn, when any of your opponent's Digimon attack by trashing 2 cards in the hand, end the attack. So this is really good for decks that can just ignore your, just want to ignore your Digimon and go for game, because you can end the attack, stop them from maybe OTKing, which is very, very important, especially since, this Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's effects, which is really, really good. But we also play 3 copies of the new Belphemon Sleep Mode, which has the same on-play when digivolving, and 2, it can digivolve on a Rage Mode for 1, same thing with the other one, digivolve on a Rage Mode for 1. But so Sleep Mode here, it has the same on-play when digivolving. Place that Belphemon underneath and give it can attack, and then your opponent's effects don't affect it. But then its opponent's turn, once per turn, when any of your opponent's Digimon suspend, trash 2 cards in the hand, suspend 2 of their Digimon or Tamers. So the nice thing about this is you can suspend their Digimon or Tamers, stop them from using Tamer effects, stop them from being able to attack or use suspend abilities like when attacking. And that's just when something suspends. So it really puts a lot of pressure on your opponent to think about how they're going to use their abilities. So I would say that this is better just because it's not just a negate attack. It fundamentally ruins plays. But I do like I said, I do like that for those decks that are just going to try and go through and OTK you. You kind of need that negate attack sometimes, depending on what the abilities are, because that might not serve you well. But, I mean, both of them are really, really good. And if I had to cut one, I probably would cut this down, the old down to 1, but right now I'm testing it at 2 and I'm liking it. we have 4 copies of the new Belphemon Rage Mode. Unfortunately, I don't have my alts because, again, they're stuck in the mail like everything else. Cost 1 Digivolve on Sleep Mode. Cost 6 on... You're never going to do that because you're always going to basically have him strip, because inheritable end of your opponent's turn. If this Digimon is Belphemon Sleep Mode, trash the top stack card, so it basically turns into Rage Mode at the start of your turn. And then it's got Fortitude. It's got start of your main phase, suspend all of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. Then if you have 6 or fewer cards in your hand, this Digimon gains Piercing and Security Attack +2 and plus 3,000 DP for the turn, so he's huge. And then start of your main phase, on play when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's suspended Digimon or Tamers. So again, really good being able to delete Digimon or Tamers, especially when you can suspend stuff with the new Sleep Mode. And then we're playing 2 copies of the old Rage Mode, which is just not as good as anymore. But he has, aggression and stuff like that. He's got the same end of your opponent's turn, that if the top stack guy is Sleep Mode, you just trash it to make him that guy. And then start of your main phase, delete all your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon, which is not as good as it used to be. And then if you have 6 or fewer cards in hand, this Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP and gains Security Attack +1 for the turn, so that's really good. And then end of attack by deleting one of your other Digimon and suspend this Digimon. So, it's, that's the OTK variant, but the other stuff is more controlled and basically controlling the board. And then lastly, I played 2 copies of Nidhoggmon because you're always trashing stuff, so you gain memory basically. You're not going to be Digivolving into him, but you can trash him to gain memory off abilities, and we like that, so we're playing 2 copies of that. So yeah, that is the monster lineup, and we'll get into the Tamers right now. Of course, we have 3 copies of the best purple Tamer around, which is Analog Youth. I know it's not purple, but it's an honorary purple Tamer. Reveal top 3, add 1 Digimon card, and then trash the rest, so it gets stuff in your trash that you want and gets your pieces to your hand. And then whenever your level 5 or higher Digimon with Digivolution cards are deleted, this Tamer may suspend, and if it did, gain 1 memory and hatch. So always really, really good. Analog Youth sets you up and potentially gets you memory later on, so it's really good. Playing 3 copies of Akihiro Kurata, the old one, BT13. When this card with Belphemon its name would be played by deleting one of your Digimon Gizamon in its name, reduce the play cost, but the play cost of the deleted Digimon. So this helps you play your Belphemon Sleep Mode, basically, by getting rid of XT, and then it reduces that play cost by 9, so it makes it pretty good. And then end of your opponent's turn, you can draw 1 and trash 1, and then by placing this Tamer as the bottom Digivolution card of one of your Digimon with Belphemon in its name, delete one of your opponent's level 6 Digimon. So that's kind of cool, being able to delete level 6, because most of the effects delete level 5s. And then we have 2 copies of the new Akihiro Kurata, which is a memory Tamer. And then end of your turn, if you have 6 or fewer cards in your hand, by placing this Digimon as the bottom Digivolution card of any of your Digimon with Belphemon in their names, that Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Belphemon in its name in the trash with the without paying the cost. So, yeah. So basically, just going into different Belphemons and stuff like that during the end of your turn. So setting up your plays the way you want them. It's a decent card. There's some cool things you can do. Lastly, we're looking at our option cards. We're playing 2 copies of Underward Call. This is kind of nice because when it's trash from your hand, you draw 1. And then main, you may play 1 purple level 4 lower Digimon card from your trash without paying memory cost, which is really, really good. And it gets its effects. So that's not bad for a cost 4. And security activates its main effect too. But it's nice just because it's a good trash card that you can trash from your hand and get a draw off of it. 1 copy of Calling, because Calling is always cool, especially because you can put someone to 1, get a bunch of pieces and do some funny combos. So it's good in this deck. And then we're playing one copy of Dimension Scissor because if you have this guy on the board and you have your Belphemon start your opponent rage mode start your turn, it's a green card, and this gives you 3 memory, so you can use Dimension Scissor, which is when one of your Digimon gains the following effect per turn, or for the turn when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives unsuspended. So with piercing and security attack plus on the new guy, you can potentially do a bunch of checks, because if your opponent has a bunch of monsters on the board, you can pierce, check, and then unsuspend, and then go again for a couple more checks. So it could potentially be a way to OTK if your opponent goes wide or has a bunch of Digimon on the board. It can be really detrimental to them. So good play, and I like to see one of it just because it's there if it ever comes up, and it's got a cool combo, really cool combo. So that is our Belphemon deck. Like I said, we're going to be probably playing this into BT23, especially with the new Fasco and the new X antibody support. So stay tuned for that. But this is how we're liking the deck right now. It's pretty fun, and it has some cool combos in it and stuff like that. And we're enjoying it this way. And it was hard finding the right rookie or the right champions for this deck that we wanted to play, as well as a number of other things. But we're really kind of happy with how we ended up with it, and hope you guys are happy with the deck profile as well. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave us a comment down below. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't, what you think I could do better, what you're excited for. Are you excited for the more Belphemon support in PT23? And we'll catch you all next time. It looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.